Ah, oh God, have you had headache before? What have you been using for your own headache? Listen carefully. Signs of dangerous headaches that you need to act on. Beware. When you begin to have pain in your head that come to your face, is throbbing, is stabbing, is piercing, is radiating to the back or to the side or to the front, you say you have headache, you become so uncomfortable. There are different types of headache, and you may not know your own. Is it that primary or secondary? Primary belong to most of the headaches all of us go through. But secondary is usually due to one thing responsible. Tension headache. Who in Nigeria is not having tension headache? Is it paying school fees? Is it light problem? Transport problem? Fear of kidnapping? Fear of transport? All of this bring a lot of issues in the head, and the head begin to throb, and you're having tension headache. It may be migrainous headache. All of these are primary headache. Migrainous, you see it's pounding your head as if somebody is knocking inside your head, ringing, going from front to the back. My last hours or days, that's migrainous headache. Usually runs in family. Anybody that's going through it, ask your parents. One of them may be going through the same thing. It's genetics. What of cluster headache? Oh, very terrible one that comes very intense, burning, as if the head, you should want the head to go out of your head because it's really affecting you. For those of you that have catarrh, running nose, maybe sneezing, you end up having headache. That's called sinus headache. So it depends on what is causing your own. In some situations, it's even post-traumatic headache. You were involved in an accident. 2-3 days later, you begin to have a headache. All of this we have mentioned usually belongs to primary headache, that something that is within you that comes up. Hormones headache. This is common with our women. Those of you that are pregnant or your menses is coming, or those that are using family planning drugs, you end up having some kind of headache. It's called hormonal headache. Another very common thing that you and I don't pay attention to is exercise headache. So when you do exercise and you begin to have a headache. Okay, what Nigerians are even going through is a hunger headache. When you are hungry, you have a headache. Or alcohol headache. You take alcohol, you have a headache. Or there is what's called ice cream headache. When you take ice cream, the coldness shrink your head and it feels like the headache. It may even be sleep headache. You've not had enough sleep and you're having a headache. You can see all of these are due to one thing or the other. Spinal headache. Majority of our guy in the office, the way you sit down, the way you bend, use your computer or your neck, you have developed a damage along your head and your neck. Each time you now move it, you're having headache. That is spinal headache. So majority are not aware. Then the worst one that most of you are going through is called drug headache or pain reliever headache. Every time you have pain, you're using pain reliever. At a point, those drugs gather together in your body and begin to give you headache. That is why you don't just take drug, especially painkiller. You don't take it too long. It will accumulate in your body and cause you headache. Again, for people like me that are using glasses, sometimes it is your eyeglasses that is causing you headache. If the size and the length together with the front of your head are not balanced, you have headache. You will keep using all the pain reliever in this world, it will not go. So at this point, what is called hemicranum continua. It is a problem of headache that comes and goes, and sometimes it comes in the morning, or comes in the afternoon, or comes in the evening. So when you begin to experience things like that, you need to sit back and find out what could be responsible. Remember, I told you, it can be primary or secondary. So every headache we have mentioned so far must belong to one category or the other. So if you have an illness that is in you, you have malaria, you have typhoid, you can end up having headache. Or it may be due to stress. You're going through so many things. This mental stress, social stress, physical stress, all of them together will give you headache. Maybe as a result of genetics, you're not going through any stress, you're not sick, but there's a gene in you. When you get to a particular stage in life, you begin to experience this headache. It may be that. Or it may be social problem. You're under tension by your office, your home, everywhere. Nobody wants to talk to you. You have been abandoned. Somebody is bashing you. All of this will give you headache. Environment. Some of you and me that don't smoke, but sit down close to where they are smoking, That smoke that comes to you, you may end up having a headache and you will not know where the headache comes from. Or you stay not far from a trailer going in front of you with a lot of exhaust and you are breathing it in. You end up going home and having a headache. As human being, headache is an indicator that all is not well in your body system and you must know what to do. So do not borrow drug. Do not copy another person because you can have what is called tumor headache. Something is growing inside your head. So all the drugs in this world you use will not work for you. And then what do? That is the reason why you must see your doctor. When headache is persisting for more than a day or two, or it came very strong or very, very powerful, see a doctor and identify what is the cause of your own headache. Otherwise, you might be trying to treat the headache and cause more headache for yourself. You need to relax. Sleeping is one of the solutions to headache. So sometimes all the headache you're going through, you just need to sleep. Increase your hours of sleep and the headache will disappear. Nigerians are losing their sleep very fast on account of what we're all going through. But you can do better to yourself if you realize that the headache you're going through is too much. It can be due to caffeine. Some of you that take a lot of caffeine, and you know what I mean by caffeine. I don't want to spoil anybody's market. So everything that contains caffeine, if you take it too much, it gives you a headache. And how long are you going to live when you cannot sleep well, you are moving and somebody is ringing your head? You will not enjoy life. So headache can be destructive, can damage brain, can be a sign of stroke, can be a sign that your brain is dying fast. So beware, headache can be destructive. A healthy way of living is the best enjoyment of life. In that case, do not wait for too long managing headache by yourself before you know what's happening.